Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my video on. This is my first time doing this.
Yeah, like I said, you just kind of have to bear with me too. You'd think after doing this so many times I'd be a little bit better, but I feel like we're all just a work in progress.
Understandable. One second, let's see.
Yeah, no problem at all, hun.
Video.
While you're working on that, I'm just gonna send out a few invites for others to join us if they'd like. For those of you who are popping in on us, thank you so much for joining us. Today we're going to be diving under the cover of the Purple Crystal. And joining us today will be Nubia Shambee.
Okay, so it's saying live access needed to go live on video as a guest, and it's just saying I can go live on audio.
Okay. Well, even if it won't let you to bring up the camera, at least you're still able to join us here.
Right. Okay, I'm super excited. Thank you for having me so much.
Yeah, of course. So again, those of you who are just jumping in, thank you so much for joining us today. As you know, I'm Red. Joining us is Nubia Shambee. Today we're going to be highlighting her newest novel, The Purple Crystal. And this story, to me, it is very empowering. This story, you will follow the journey of the main character, whose name is Victoria, as she suffers a tragic death at the hands of police officers. And then you will continue to follow her and her soul into her journey through the afterlife. So, Nubia, if you would like, you can go ahead and jump on and give us a little bit more, you know, what I mean, dive into it a little more detail if you want, and we'll go from there.
Sure. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Yes, you will be going through Victoria's life in the afterlife. For me, I have a belief, a strong faith in Yahweh, which is in Hebrew. And I really feel like, even though I haven't been there in the afterlife, what my take on the afterlife is sort of meeting some type of angels.
Yeah.
Angels, yeah, angels that you can see and go through a mission for. So that's what I wanted to bring out into the book, and I feel like it came out really well.
It did. I,
I,
I
I
I will agree with you on that one, definitely.
Oh, thank you. And so I mainly had a dream about the police brutality and also the fictional worlds. And so
Okay.
I decided to bring that all together, and I really liked it. Like, the crystal is also what I saw in the dream, so I wanted to make the crystal a little bit more active in the story with helping the main character. So yeah, that's how Purple Crystal came about. I'm super excited.
Oh yeah, well, and I think that the purple crystal, I really like the way the things that it signifies. You know what I mean, throughout the book, because it's not just a purple crystal. You know what I mean. A lot of people kind of associate crystals with not really as your afterlife. You know what I mean. So for hers, it's not just simply a purple crystal. It's quite literally her soul's mission to find this crystal, and then it ultimately leads her to finding her soulmate, which basically is going to allow her to gain her wings. And but it's not just that. It continues on into um like she goes on these big battles, you know what I mean, to save the afterlife, because it's crumbling. It, you know what I mean, it's you're facing its demise, and in a way it's kind of scary, you know what I mean, to think about, because some people, you know what I mean, I know a lot of our beliefs differentiate. Some of us don't believe in an afterlife, which is perfectly fine, you know what I mean, to each their own. No judgment based on anybody's beliefs, but in the purple crystal, it's kind of like what happens without the afterlife, you know what I mean, so if this is taken away, then what are we left with?
Right. Oh my goodness. You explained that so well. I love your synopsis. But yes, I feel like even though we haven't seen it yet, there's something, and that's just my belief. I understand other people have their own, and that's perfectly fine. This is why I call this fiction as well. So yeah, I just feel like all of our loved ones are also angels, and they kind of, talk to us through the spiritual realm. And if we could just tap into that, through meditation or just, sitting in quiet time, we can like talk to them or even, speak to our higher self. And I really love that I can implement, spirituality and faith based practices within a story. It's really nice. Like, I really love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you did it in a way too that it doesn't seem pressuring. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stories that are kind of like this or that breach that subject of that kind of walk the fine line of religion and an afterlife. Sometimes they can seem a little bit overbearing. You know what I mean? Kind of like you're pushing your beliefs onto somebody else. This absolutely in no way, shape, or form did that. It allowed you to dive into it, but from a fantasy sort of sense. So it didn't seem overbearing. Like there wasn't a lot of heavy. It's you're either going to believe in the afterlife or you're not. No, it laid it into it and then allowed you to kind of walk that path in a way that wasn't pressuring at all. So that's
Yes.
what I really like that about it.
Thank you so much. Fantasy. Wow. I got into fantasy a couple of years ago. When I found out that like you can create a world that's not perfectly true,
Yes,
I'll just say, yeah. And
yes,
you can just
absolutely.
try to write it in a way where it makes sense and kind of, get that imagination pouring. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed
Yeah,
making
I
it.
did too. And I liked how you put the spin that she had to find her soulmate. Because I, for one, I believe in soulmates. I don't believe for say that we have one particular soulmate. I believe in something called soul ties, where there may be several different people that we encounter during our lives. Maybe a family member, it might be a friend, it could be a loved one, a lover. I mean, but ultimately, I feel like sometimes we come across people. Maybe it's even a stranger, but sometimes these people they connect to our souls in a way that is more than just superficial. So I really like that she had to find the crystals and lead her to her soulmate in order to be able to save the afterlife and to pass on, you know what I mean, so to speak. Because I really believe in that quite heavily. Like I've had several people that I've encountered in my life, and some of them I don't really speak to anymore, but I'm really close to still. Simply because they've connected to my soul. They've made an impact on my life or on my being and the development of who I became in such a substantial way that I don't know how else to explain it. And
Mm.
I feel like she kind of goes through a lot of similar situations throughout the Purple Crystal in her search for her soulmate and even after she finds him.
Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. You are so right about that. I actually believe in that as well. The fact that you explained it in a way where it's it makes a lot of sense to me. The fact that I feel like I've been through a lot of soul ties as well, but I haven't really met that soulmate, that person, that'll be in my life like that. But I feel like a soulmate is basically someone who's going to stay there, the one that's for you.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
absolutely. Like even after maybe you've separated or they've passed, you still feel their presence in a way that it still affects you. You know what I mean? Even whether they're right in front of you or not. Like that person, they don't leave your consciousness, no matter what you go through. Sometimes they come back to you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what you were saying earlier. Like I believe that spirits send us signs.
yes.
And I know, you know, what I mean, I know some people kind of look at me a little cross-eyed when I say that, but like butterflies, you know, what I mean, like ever since my grandmother passed, a yellow butterfly follows my children everywhere that they go, no matter what, no matter where they are. There's a yellow butterfly, and I believe that that's a sign from her. And I think that happens a lot, and sometimes people just don't realize that that's what's happening. But I really, really like the ties of that in this book. It's probably one of my favorite things about it is I can relate so much to my way of thinking and the way that I feel to what you wrote in the Purple Crystal.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yes, I really also believe that they're signs, and I appreciate your take on it. I would like to give you a little spoiler. There will
Ooh.
be a second book coming out about the Purple Crystal. In this one, she's going to be a human again. You know how
Ooh.
they get reincarnated
Yes.
because she had passed the mission and she made it into the mansion. She's going to be reincarnated into a human, and she has to do it right this time.
Oh,
Oh
that's
wow!
awesome. Talk
So
about second chances. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. That is such a good twist on that. I was kind of hoping that, because once I reached the end of it, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, surely she doesn't just go through all of this for nothing just to be in the afterlife. So I'm so glad that you're bringing her back in the second book and that she gets that second chance because that too kind of signifies a lot. A lot of us, we don't get that second chance in life. You know what I mean? We make the mistakes that we make and we live the life that we are given, and that's just what we have to make of it. But when we do get second chances, it's what we do with that second chance that counts. I truly feel like I'm a big believer on don't dwell on the past. You know what I mean? Don't live for the present. Because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring, and you can't dwell on something that you can no longer change. So I
right.
love that you're throwing a second chance in there.
Thank you so much. You will be getting your box soon. You're gonna have all the character art and all of the book goodies that come with it. I'm so excited. Thank you so much
Yay!
for
So
being
much.
excited with me.
That's awesome.
Yes. I realize I also have a lot of other books that I've been working on, but I don't mind if you want a sequel to one of my standalones. Guess what? I'm writing a sequel to it. Okay, because I listen to my fans. I love that you guys love my book. So yes, I appreciate it.
Yes, that is awesome. I'm so excited for you. And I've been kind of following along your journey because I know that we didn't even happen to meet each other on TikTok. We actually found each other through a Facebook group, a mutual group that we were both members in. And I had come across, you know what I mean? And I think you might have reached out to me based on one of the posts that I had put, but I'm so, so glad that you did because I don't know that I would have come across this book on my own otherwise, but I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to read it because I honestly, you know, I mean, I didn't really know what I was kind of diving into because I'm not a big person, like I say often. I don't like to read reviews or anything like that before I go into a book. My favorite thing about reading new books is going in blind because I'm here for the surprise.
Okay. That's amazing. Yes, I
And I
really
loved it.
appreciate Polly. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate finding you as well because I'm like, I need to reach out to these people. I need to be on podcast and to see that you were doing one. I had to jump on that opportunity right away.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm so glad that you did. Because like because you've had from just from what I've seen, I'd like to think anyway that you've had somewhat good success with this book, and for very good reason. And like I said, for those of you who are just jumping on, thank you for joining us. We are highlighting the Purple Crystal, with the one and only Nubia Shambee, and I highly recommend this book. If you don't even really have to be a spiritual believer, just if you believe in more, so to speak. You know what I mean? If you like fantasy books that have to do with second chances and finding love, you know what I mean, and a strong FMC that is, she ultimately she saves everything. Let's just put it that way. Because without her, God knows what would have happened to the afterlife. So I don't go run to KU, make the download because this book you won't regret it.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's basically a finding yourself book, I should say. And the second one will definitely pour into your heartstrings more. It's going to get you into that healing mode, and that's what I plan to do. I hope you all enjoy.
Yes, I'm so excited that like I said, ever since you dropped that bomb on the second book on me, I'm wrapped up in it now. I can't wait for it.
Thank you. Well, it's coming soon. You will be the first to know.
And I like that she has to use throughout her whole book. Yes, she gets signs. The purple crystal that she finds, the first one. Yes, it does guide her, but ultimately it's up to her. You know what I mean? Like it's a game of wits. She she has to figure out who she really is, you know what I mean, and do a deep dive into her own identity after the fact that she no longer has this life that she was used to, and pull her into the other side. So she has to kind of save herself before she can save anybody else. And I am all for female empowerment.
Yes. Let's take a clap for protecting women. All women, you all need we are so strong. That's the
Yes,
whole thing. Like women are so strong and we have to carry, the pain of childbirth. We have to carry the pain of others, because we are like a sponge. We soak up all of people's emotions. We soak up people's their energy. And so to
absolutely.
be able to be in that strongness and take back our power and be upon that for ourselves, we're unstoppable. And so,
Yes.
yes, claps to all women.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form belittling or, you know what I mean, empowering more one, you know what I mean, so than the other. But like you said, women are just, we're here for it.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, no matter what is thrown at us, no matter what we have to face, what we go through, we have to pick ourselves up and we have to keep going. Especially if you're a mother, because I have two children. I've been married for 10 years. My husband and I, we've been together for 14 years.
Woo.
In that time, there's a lot that's went on, but I've had to be a rock, and I wouldn't change any of that. And so to find a book that you can be able to relate that with in even a little way is significant. I love to say that if you find a book and you read it and it makes you feel something, then that book is for you. And this book made me feel something.
I'm so glad. We're trying to get like you with the ring on our fingers and our children on the side. Like, yes, you are goals. Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy by any means, but like I said, at the end of the day, I wouldn't change a single bit of it. The things that I've lived through, the things that I've had to go through to get to where we are, we started out young. I'll be 30 here in the next few months. You know what I mean? And we're just now kind of figuring it out. So I get it. I can relate to myself to Victoria. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's getting that second chance. It's sitting down and realizing that, okay, this is what's happened. These are mistakes that were made. Now, how did we learn from them, and what can we do to improve ourselves and improve our way of life? And that's what kind of what happens a lot in the Purple Crystal. And I feel like that it'll kind of follow from what you've told me into book two and Victoria's rebirth, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like she's getting a whole second chance at life all over again. And that never happens, and that's what I love about fantasy books is that you're able to recreate that, because you have to sit and think, what if we don't really know, you know what I mean? So what if we pass on, we go into the afterlife and we do come back, you know what I mean? Like if that's something that you do believe in, you just have to you have to think for a moment, what are you going to do with that?
Right. I absolutely agree. I feel like um, it doesn't really matter what people believe in, because they're the truth will always come to light. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And sometimes it'll resonate with that person's belief, and sometimes it wouldn't. But it's for you if it resonates, and that's all that matters. For me, I tried to make this descriptive as possible to like get the reader to understand what is really going on with her and what she has to accomplish. And I feel like I got it descriptive enough because from your view. I really appreciate it. You were saying that you resonate with it, and I appreciate that. Like I've been through a lot, so to have this is really a special moment for me, and I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh,
So very
if I was
welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. Especially, like I said, especially after being able to read the book, because this is it's not just a fantasy story. You know what I mean? Yes, it's got the fantasy in it, but it's so much more than that. And so to be able to have the honor to speak firsthand with you, the person who poured her heart and soul into this, is an honor in itself. So right back at you, lady, because you did an amazing job with this. From the way that you've described the characters, the things that she goes through, the journey that she goes on, the changes, this just the significant change that she goes through from the beginning of the book to the end of the book is big. That's in just in itself, because she changes a lot. By the end of the book, she's almost another person. You know what I mean? Like she has to, but she also has to go through these experiences in order to be able to come back to get that second chance. You know what I mean? She has to do all of this to be able to complete her mission. And
yes,
I wouldn't have had you write it any other way, even if I could.
thank you so much. Yes, in book two, I just want to give a little bit more spoilers. Um, she has to find her soulmate all over again because though that they went through this in the afterlife together, he's reincarnated into a person too, but they have to find each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they have to meet and they have to go through that all over again. But yeah, I cannot wait for you guys to see book two. Like, book one was amazing to write. But yeah, when book two is finished, I'll let everyone know. Thank you so much.
That is awesome. Hi, chapter. Thanks for joining us. Just so since you just jumped in, we're highlighting the Purple Crystal with Nubia Shambee. It's a story of empowerment, change. The main character, Victoria, she faces a very tragic death at the hands of a police officer, and the whole book is her journey of the afterlife, what her soul has to go through, and the things that she has to find and do in order to become worthy of the afterlife, so to speak.
Yes, this book is a short read. I think it's 94 pages. I tried to make it longer, but it only ended up being 94 pages. Um, I'm not sure how long the second book will be because I kind of just write, I flow as I write. So if this ends up being a short book too, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I already know it's going to be worth it, so I'm definitely ready for it. I'll be waiting.
Thank you so much.
And I noticed, you know, I mean, like in your overview, the bottom, the very last sentence of it, it says, "The Purple Crystal: Journey to the 12 Crystals is a thrilling and enchanting tale that will captivate readers with its vivid imagery and compelling storyline." And it absolutely does. Mission accomplished, lady.
Thank you. I tried. Okay, I tried to get over that imposter syndrome as I was writing because I always thought I have to be perfect. This book has to hit like J.K. Rowling or like those books that's popular, and I'm like, wait, no, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, and I
So
think that's the biggest thing with a lot of indie authors like yourself is they just it's nerve-wracking. And it is nerve-wracking because I say this often in every one of my lives. You guys go through a lot. You quite literally pour your heart and soul into the pages that you write. And then a lot of you are self-published or you have to do your own promoting. There is a lot that you go through to get to where you are. So first and foremost, congratulations on getting as far as you have, because you've done an amazing job.
thank
So you got
you.
to give credit where credit is due. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I have one more spoiler. This just came to me. So I'm thinking about doing an animation for all of the books that are out right now. So like I'm thinking of diving into AI and making like a animation based on that so you can see it vividly. the
Would be
pages, the
awesome.
words coming out on screen. Yeah.
That would be awesome. And I can't wait to see some of the character art and things that you have in the box too. Because I'll definitely post some of that as soon as I get that in, guys. That'll be one of the first things that I do is bring that up. We'll even probably do another little overview once it comes in, just to kind of do a quick reminder for you guys of what the character art and things like that are for. But I'm so excited to see the rest of it because like, I know you said that one of your goals was to make sure that you did the descriptions in a way that was able to get across so that the reader could kind of place themselves in the character's shoes. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's an ultimate goal as an author. You know, I mean, you want your characters to be able to lapse into that world for at least a little bit. That's the point of, I mean, reading a fantasy book, I feel like.
Right.
And you did very well. So I'm super excited to see the character art firsthand and to see if it matches up. I mean, with like the images that I've created in my head based on your descriptions.
Oh,
I love that's one of my favorite things doing when an author says, I've got character art. It's like, oh, okay, well, let me see if their characters actually match up with, what I mean, with what I've created.
right. Okay. Thank you. I cannot wait to share it with you all. Wow. You make me feel so appreciated here, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, well, you're very welcome because that was the ultimate goal of doing this. That's what I hope to do with each one of my authors that I bring on here because you guys deserve the appreciation. You deserve the congratulations. You got yourself this far. Nobody else did it for you. You know, what I mean, you had to sit down, you had to write the book, you had to put the story out there, and you've done a fantastic job. You know what I mean? So you deserve every bit of the credit that you get today.
Thank you so much. Oh wow. Man,
um,
I wish I was on camera. I could show you all, the book and how it looks. But I'm gonna post a video about it, so I hope you all can see it.
okay, yeah, perfect. Nubia Shambee, for those of you that then jumped on, you can jump over, give her a follow. Like she said, she'll have more, kind of a little bit more descriptions on the book, cover art, character art, things like that. For some reason, TikTok is being fitty and it won't let her bring her camera up to be able to show us. Which sucks. But jump over to her page and give her a follow. You can also find her on Facebook, and she has a lot of things available over there. She also, I will point out to the people who have joined in, you have book boxes that are available, and they are super, super decently priced. The book boxes, if I'm not mistaken, come with a copy of the book, a scented candle,
Yes,
that is in relation to the book. There is a couple like mementos, bookmark, and a few other things, I believe. Correct?
yes, and a healing crystal. Purple crystal. I wanted to make it
Yeah.
match.
Yes, yes. But you can purchase those. They are available now. She's got a lot of them posted on Facebook. So if you guys want to jump over to Facebook, look her up. You can find the book boxes. They're worth it. I have been eyeballing them for I don't know how long. So they're gonna definitely be worth it. And I love things like that. I love when authors create things like that, especially when they add in like the candles and the artwork and things like that, because it personalizes the experience a little bit more. By doing that, it kind of it lets the reader do a deep dive almost into the book and what they've just read.
Yes, I am so excited. Oh my gosh, I've been obsessed with book boxes the first time I saw it. Like I didn't even know that was a thing at first, but when I saw that, you can make it personalized for the reader's experience, I've been obsessed ever since. So I added
It's
all of
awesome.
this
I love
stuff.
the idea of it.
I hope the reader loves it.
And I'm sure a lot of them will. For those of you that are just jumping in, again, this is the cover, which is beautiful. I love purple. Purple's also my favorite color, so I've got a I've got a slight session with this one just for that in itself.
Okay. I'm glad. Purple is such a bright color as well. It's also on the rainbow. It gives such great vibes, so
It
I
does. It
appreciate
does.
that.
And it represents and it represents royalty. You know what I mean, especially a deep purple, which is kind of ironic in a way because even though she's not really royalty in a way, but the things that she goes through in a way, you know what I mean. And once you get your wings, I mean, you don't, can you get much more royal than that?
Right. Yes, I love the way you explained that. Yes. Book two is going to definitely go inside of the royaltiness of on Earth. Um, in the first book, she was in the afterlife with the wings, and I tried to make the wings different colors.
Oh, I
I
like
tried to
that.
make like different wings with the crystals as she gathered them. So
Yeah.
yes, in book two, she will definitely be doing something a little different. It wouldn't be collecting crystals this time, but I'll see as I go. I'll
Right,
let you
yeah.
know.
It can always change too. You never know when you're in the process of it. I know how that goes.
Yes,
Um, and I also and I like how you said that in book two that I mean even though she's found her soulmate in the afterlife in book one that she has to find him again in person. You know what I mean in their human form that they have to connect again because that kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning with the soul ties.
yes,
Um, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't she's gonna walk into this second book not having any idea who her soulmate is. And she's gonna embark on this journey to find him all over again. And I love that because you never know. Even realistically, you never know who your other person looks like. You never know who these soul ties are gonna be or how they're going to present themselves.
right.
So I love that you changed it up and switched it up like that in the second book because I feel like it's gonna keep us on our toes a little bit more, so to speak, with following her through this journey even more so and finding him again.
Yes, yes. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, you are gonna love
Girl, I'm so excited for it. I already know I'm gonna love it.
it. Yes, OMG. So my other books, they are also on sale because I have standalone books. I also have series. Now,
Perfect.
right now, my series are going to come in a bigger box than the standalone boxes. And that's going to include some things that you all can see. Like it's going to be a little bigger than the standalone boxes. But I hope you all love them.
Oh,
Each
and
one of them.
they're, they're gonna be amazing. Like I said, I've only ever seen pictures of some of the ones that you've already created just for the purple crystal. So and based on the ones that I've seen for that one, I can imagine how amazing your other ones are gonna be.
I can't wait.
I'll have to actually probably jump over and check out some of your other books. I love finding out that my indie authors, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them, they're so nervous over releasing their newest one that we often forget that they've already got kind of a foothold. You know what I mean? They're already established in some ways. So I love that you've already got a few of them that are out there, even if they're standalones. You know what I mean? You've kind of you're progressing, and that's my
Yes.
favorite thing with authors. I love to see that progression. I love to see you guys succeed. And I guess that's just the ultimate goal is just to spread the love and the support for each and every one of you and to see your journey from your first book to your current book is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. My main journey right now is to get 50 books out on Amazon. I'm almost there. I have 47. I just released
Woo!
a ebook on Kindle, and I cannot wait to share this other book because I am in the process of writing it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be great! I cannot wait to share with you all of my works. Even though this is like a small goal right now, my ultimate goal is to have 500 books,
Woo,
just
girl. You'll get it. I have no doubt in my mind that you'll reach that goal. 47 already? That is amazing. Like, okay, get it,
thank you.
girl. That is so
Thank you.
awesome. That makes me so happy for you. I knew that you had other books. I had no idea that you'd had that many. So
Oh,
that is amazing.
thank you. I realized my passion for writing at a very young age. Fourth grade is when I started diving into it. I had like a little notebook paper that I turned into a book, and I started writing about the classroom setting.
That's
But
awesome.
there was a mishap, like there was a humiliating experience that I went through that made me put off of writing for 10 years. And so when I got back into it, I discovered Wattpad. And because I was so into this band called Big Time Rush, I saw that you can make little imagines for like little stories for them. And I've been writing about them ever since. And then I decided to move on over, and I saw that KDP was offering you could put your books on there for free, and I said, "Wow, I need to take advantage of this."
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I've been writing ever since, and that's how all of the books came about.
That is awesome. And see, I love that you said that you got into writing in the fourth grade. Because ironically, my oldest daughter, is in the fourth grade. She's 9 years old, and she is actually informing me. She excels in writing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like they did state testing and things, and she absolutely excelled in her creative writing. Beyond anything I could have imagined for her to do at 9 years old. And so she took that and as encouragement, and she's actually working on her first little book right now.
oh my God.
So I love that. That's awesome. Like that makes me like you that much more.
Yes, I am so excited for her. Please let her put it out on Amazon. I will buy it and I will
That is
review it for
awesome.
sure.
And I actually have a friend who is an author and she's a publisher as well, and she's offered to, once my daughter finishes her book, to format it and create a cover for her. And yeah, and so I think that'll be really cool. I said, even if it's something that never gets put out in the world, just to have my 9 year old daughter's book on my shelf, like how many people could say that? And as an avid reader that I am, it's like that explodes my mind. It blows my mind.
Yes, I wish your daughter great success. I wish you main success as well. I wish you prosperity. Thank you so much for making me feel like I've been obsessed, accepted. I'm sorry, I couldn't
You
say a word right.
you are so very, very welcome, Miss Nubia. You deserve it. You deserve every bit of the success that you have coming your way, and I have no doubt that it will be plentiful. Like I mean, we've kind of said a few times before, talking back and forth. Manifest those good thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You think good thoughts, you manifest it, and it will happen. And I have no doubt in my mind that it is going to happen for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wow. This makes me so happy.
You are so very welcome. I'm so glad that we were able to do this, because I know that we were worried that you might not even be able to join me. So just the fact that you were able to be here with me today, and that I was able to have the pleasure of reading the Purple Crystal and to go on Victoria's journey with you. Um, I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for you, for the time and effort that you've put into your book, and for allowing me to help you put it out to the world, because it deserves it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I'm going to make your book box very special. Very special.
Oh, well, thank you. No, I love doing these. You know what I mean? Like I always tell my authors, I will never demand anything out of you guys. I will never, ever, ever demand or request anything from any of you, because I'm just simply grateful to be able to take the time to be able to talk with you about this. I love meeting new people, and especially if I read a story and it has some kind of significant meaning to me, to be able to talk and have a personal conversation with the person who wrote that story directly is a gift enough. You know what I mean? In my eyes, truly, because how many people can say that they've got to have a conversation and do a deep dive into the mind of the author of some of their favorite books?
Right. Yes, that's amazing. I really hope to come back to this podcast. This has made me feel so special, so appreciated. I would love to come back.
That is amazing. I love hearing that. Hopefully, maybe even when book two comes out, maybe we can do another deep dive into book two, because that would be awesome to be able to come full circle with it. I would love
Absolutely. Yes, I'll get started right away.
that. I will definitely be following for any and all updates, for sure.
For sure. You'll definitely get the first inkling of the first chapter. I will make sure to make it special. Like, yes, who all wants it, you can get it.
That is awesome. I love you for doing that. You've been great. This has been amazing. Your book has been amazing. And I can see why it flows as effortlessly as it does after speaking with you. I know some people kind of looking at me and probably rolling their eyes like you're laying on it a little thick, aren't you, Kaylee? But no, I genuinely mean it with this one. Because you've poured a lot of yourself into this book, and I can tell just by talking to you. You know what I mean? A lot of your beliefs, a lot of your traditions and your experiences, they portray into the Purple Crystal, and I feel like they probably do with a lot of your other characters too. And I love that you said that you had a dream and were able to kind of write this book based on a dream or dreams that you've had. Because I have vivid dreams too. Like I have some crazy dreams sometimes. So to be able to put that down and make a whole story, no, a whole world around that is epic.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I would say write your dreams down so that you don't forget it. And then since the worlds sometimes they are mentioned in the dream and sometimes they just flow to me. Um with myself, I do pour into it like that because I have been through a lot and it hasn't been easy. It's been rough. So I feel like writing is therapeutic for me. And
Yeah,
I'm able
absolutely.
to like get out my feelings, my frustrations and stuff like that. I feel like on my YouTube, I'm going to be sharing more about that, going deep into it. But yeah, for now, it's just like going into my writing. And
Yeah, I
also
can relate.
sometimes, oh yeah, sometimes I do combine dreams though, because they are on like the same axis, if that makes sense. They're on the
Absolutely.
same
No, yeah, it absolutely makes
plane.
sense. They correlate.
Right. They correlate. And so I like combine them sometimes. So I kind of did that with this book. So hopefully I will have like more that combines as well for the next book and I'll be able to like write that effortlessly.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that you will. I have complete faith in you.
Thank you.
Yes, no, you did. Like I said, I said it once. I'll say it a million more times. You did an amazing job with writing this book. You did. You can tell that you definitely put some effort into it. You poured a lot of thought. Uh, and I appreciate you so much for taking that time and for sitting down and pouring these words onto this paper because again, without you doing this, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Right. Right. And so I hope to do that with more that I am bringing out with my books because I feel like a lot of people needs to heal. A lot of people
Yeah.
need to feel seen and heard. And I also didn't get that, but to be able to give that to the reader or to other people who are seeking that, I feel like it'll help them in their life as well.
Yeah.
So
Yes, absolutely. And especially now because let's be honest, the world is crap. There's so much negativity, there's so much bad and wrong in the world today that we need that healing. We need that escape every once in a while. You know, what I mean, we need to be able to have these relations and these experiences that give us a chance to kind of step back from the flames that are erupting around us. And, you know, what I mean, to take a deep breath and to just kind of be for a minute. And I feel like that's what you and a lot of the other authors that I read that's what I get from that. You know what I mean? We it's a little bit of an escape that is very much well needed, and especially with your story. Like you said, it's a very empowering. It's very healing. The things that Victoria, the main character, go through throughout the whole entire book is it's a journey of self preservation and new beginnings and ultimately finding, like I said earlier, who she is.
yeah,
She has to recreate her whole identity
yeah,
and see if she's going to be able to meet the expectations that have been set for her. And realistically, each one of us, especially women in generally, have to go through that every single day. We all have expectations, be it from ourselves or from other people everybody around us. You know what I mean? When we meet somebody new, there's always an expectation. And in our minds, we are in a constant battle with ourselves of whether or not we're going to meet that said expectation. Will we be able to, you know what I mean, fulfill these people and what they expect of us, or are we going to come up short?
Right.
And I think that's a, you know what I mean, and that's a big experience that you're able to relate to with the purple crystal is meeting those said expectations and even exceeding them. And sometimes that surprises us.
Yes, I believe that as well. I totally agree. I feel like each and every one of us deserve to be happy. And even though we live in a world that kind of like pushes that away, I feel like we can create our own happiness. And I
Yes,
feel like if it's diving into a book, if it's writing music, if it's writing books, go after your dreams, go after your passions, and find your purpose, find your happiness.
yes,
And I feel
absolutely.
like we will all thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. Because and like you kind of said, you mean like I said I could relate to you, and the my past isn't all sunshine and rainbows. You know what I mean? Like I've been through some dark things in my life that sometimes I wonder that how I'm even here. So to be able to have that kind of reprieve every once in a while, or to even like I went through an identity crisis not long ago, and I know that seems crazy because I'm not really that old, but when you go through some of the things that I've been through, you're faced ultimately with a big dose of reality, and you have to make a choice of whether you're going to kind of stay in that darkness or if you're going to make changes to better yourself.
Right.
And that's what I had to do. I feel like that's what your character and your book had to do. Life is all about choices.
Yes.
And the choices that we make are ultimately not only going to affect us, but everybody around us. And that is a big lesson that is tucked into the pages of the Purple Crystal.
Yes, I did try to, make it seem realistic in a way so that people can resonate or understand, that you're not alone. You don't have to fight this big fight alone. You do have help, even in the spiritual realm. And
Yes,
so, even if you don't have people who support you or people who are around you to help, you are still appreciated. You are still loved. You are still um, a big star in this world. And that's just all that matters. And I really wish someone would have poured into me like this, but it's okay because I can pour into others this way.
yes,
And
absolutely.
I can give them hope. I can give them something to look forward to in their life. And we really don't need no more sadness.
Yes,
I feel myself getting
exactly.
emotional. But yeah, we really need to come together. We need to stand tall. We need to make a community based off of love. And
Yes. We need to come together and be united in that because at the end of the day, we're all human. We hardly any of us, none of us are born with knowing our purpose. All of us, it's a learning experience for each and every one of us. So to be able to come together and to be united in that sense that we just empower each other, lift each other up. Like you said, there's too much negativity as it is.
yeah,
So why waste any more time? That's what the blessing of books is. It's allowing this community, the book talk community, just the book community in general, I've found is way more supportive than it is demeaning. And I think that's something that's really needed, especially with small time indie authors or authors like yourself. And a lot of the other authors that I work with is a lot of support.
yes,
And to be able to do that with each other and to see that community grow, it warms my heart. It makes me so happy because like when I first started this podcast, yes, there was indie supporters, but being honest, there wasn't really a whole lot out there. I mean, if people focus mainly on trending artists and big time authors and big
yeah,
names, big selling books, and a lot of people forget about indie authors like yourselves. I mean, you slip under the rug, and that is not fair. So I kind of I like to say that I started a little bit of a snowball effect in a sense, that by reaching out and accepting each one of you indie authors the way that I have and helping you guys, It's inspired other people to do so, and that's amazing. I love that. I love that the community is growing. I love that more people are starting to support you guys, and that your books are getting put out there a little bit more. You're getting noticed, and it's so deserved, and it makes me proud, even though I'm just a little old nobody, and I've never met not a single one of you in person. It makes me so proud to see the progress and the journey that each of you go on, because it's deserved. You guys work hard to get where you are, and it is so well earned.
Thank you so much. I want to say that you are not a nobody. You are doing something so amazing for indie authors. And, without you, I feel like I wouldn't be noticed in a sense. And so I appreciate you. I really appreciate your platform. Everything that you're doing. It is really amazing. You're doing amazing work. And so I just want to say a little bit too, because right, without us being noticed, like people who are looking for new books and indie authors does get swept under the rug if you don't read a new book. How are you going to know like this book is for you? How are you going to resonate? So
Yes.
yes, I totally agree with you. I touch base on trying to get noticed now because my following is kind of low right now, but I'm working. I started from scratch, and that was 2 years ago. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep coming up with books and trying my best to market myself.
absolutely. And I have no doubt that you'll get there. And this is something that I tell a lot of my authors that are like, well, I don't know if I'll ever get there. You will. You absolutely will. Because to be completely honest, 3 months ago, I had 200 followers. You know what I mean? Like, I was nothing. I didn't, none of this. You know what I mean? And it kind of all birthed out of me jumping back in headfirst with one single indie book. And it took off, and it re-sparked my love for you indie authors. And we exploded. We just exploded. I don't know how else to say it. And I love it. I love that fact because it allows me to help authors like you get your books out to that many more people. Every person that follows me is a follower for each one of you, ultimately. And that is the way that I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't tell people, don't follow me for me. Follow me for the authors that I support, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who deserve it.
Thank you. Wow. I appreciate you that much more now because without you I wouldn't be here. I would say that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You are so very welcome. It has been an absolute honor to have you on here with me today. It really has. Regardless of our technical issues that we've had, and the camera not wanting you to pull it up, this has been amazing. And I'm so, so glad that I was able to give you the opportunity to come on here and to share your story and your experiences in writing this book. Because like I said several times throughout this live, you've poured your soul into this. A lot of my authors do, and it shows. It absolutely shows. And so to be able to help you spread the word of that and to promote your work, this is why we're here. This is why we do what we do. So I love the fact that you were able to join us, because we weren't even sure that you was going to be able to.
Right.
So to be able to come through and to pull this off, and have you on here, has been amazing. It's been an honor.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor talking to you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you. I can't wait to come back. I definitely have more titles in store. And yes, look out for your book box. It is coming soon.
So we are coming close to our end time. However, I will bring up, once again, The Purple Crystal by Nubia Shambee. It is available on KU and Amazon. It is so worth the read. If you want to embark on a journey of healing and finding your new self, you're going to want to jump over and you're going to want to read The Purple Crystal, because I promise it's worth it. It's inspirational. You're going to feel, and ultimately in the end, it's going to change you in a way that is going to make you feel like almost like you've overcome something. Like, that's kind of how I felt when I approached the end of this book. Was kind of like, even though I wasn't the character at all, I overcame something with her. You know what I mean? Like each one of the battles and the obstacles that she faced, I went on those with her. I was right there beside her throughout the whole thing. And I love when an author is able to portray a character in that way, that you can actually, you almost feel like you're walking the journey with them.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. One last thing before I head out. There is a song lyric in the first uh, beginning of the chapter. And the song is significant because it's going to be character art. So
Ooh.
it's called The Stars Are Aligning. Um, that is the first song. The second song that she was working on is called Stars. And if you don't mind, can I read or sing the song for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All the stars in the night sky shine so bright, even being so high. There is no place I'd rather be than right here, gazing upon the stars, just you and me. This world is beautifully amazing. Only divine consciousness spread its beautiful wings. I love it here. I'm forever changing. Thank you.
You are so welcome. That was amazing. I love it.
Thank you so much. Oh wow. I was nervous, so I'm glad I got it out.
You did so good. No, you did so good, and it's perfect. It's so perfect. Your voice has a sweetness to it that is perfect for that song. I'm so glad that you were brave enough to sing it for us. That was awesome.
Thank you. Many, I should say, confession. I did want to be a singer when I was young, but I never pursued it. So I guess I kind of brought it out through here. So it was pretty nice.
That's awesome.
Thank
See, so
you.
you got the double dabble and a little bit of extra dreams today. That's amazing. I'm so happy that we were able to do this.
Thank you so much. Oh wow. Hopefully next time my camera will be on, you will see, my expressions and stuff. But yeah, I'm so glad that I was able to be here. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. You're so very welcome. I appreciate you so much. You've been amazing today. Your book, The Purple Crystal, is amazing. I'm so appreciative of the effort and the hard work that you've put into writing this book, and especially in promoting it, because, like I said, I've followed your journey. I see the work that you put into putting your books out there. You know what I mean? You dive in head first. You really do. You do the promoting, you make the posts, you make the book boxes. You even went as far as I've noticed that you do where you offer, if people will come to you and ask for a specific book, sometimes you'll even gift that book, you know what I mean, via email or something, to just to be able to help spread the word out there. And that is amazing. You are going above and beyond to get your work put out there. So I have no doubt in my mind that you will absolutely see and achieve every bit of the success that you are trying to reach. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding, keep putting your heart and soul into it. And I absolutely believe that you will reach that mountaintop.
Will do. Thank you so much. I love you. I
You're
appreciate
so very
you.
welcome. I love you as well, and I so appreciate you being here. I appreciate the effort that you've put into this, and I'm so glad that we were able to do this. Like I said, I'll be keeping an eye out and following you for updates on book two, and maybe we can even come and do this again. You know, I mean, perhaps to highlight one of your other titles if you want in between waiting for book two.
Absolutely. Yes. That will be amazing. I'm here for it. Just let me know and we can get started.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Nubia Shambee. Again, Nubia Shambee, guys, thank you for joining us. Go Kindle, Amazon, download The Purple Crystal. Promise you will not regret the read. It is an amazing story. It's going to put you in your feels, and by the end of the day, it's going to leave a smile on your face. You won't regret it. I hope you have a wonderful day, Nubia. Thank you so much for being here with us today, and I will definitely be in touch.
Thank you. You have a wonderful week as well.
Thank you,
Sending
hon.
lots of love and blessings.
We'll see you.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thanks for joining us today and being with us. I hope you guys have a wonderful day as well. And we'll be back on later.